Jackson priority, and then the big court in the third. The attraction was quite excited. They probably have it over. In December? Oh, you won't be there.
Losing both teams.
Welcome to the St. James Expression Open 2025 here in Springfield, United States. It's semi-final day here at the Centre Court, and I'm Stephen Hirsch. Joining me in the commentary all week so far and into the MC duties, it's Lewis Anderson.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
How are you looking forward to this this semi-finals day?
Yeah, no, really looking forward to it. We had a great day yesterday, but now is crunch time. All players had pretty hard matches yesterday, so they're going to be feeling it, but they'll all be seeing a chance to get to that final.
Now, we had a pretty exciting quarterfinals yesterday. It was a very late finish. We had multiple five-setters. I mean, if we look at the draw so far, this event has not gone to seedings by any means, has it?
Not at all. I mean, we've lost all the top seeds bar Lionel Cardenas in the men's draw, so it's very wide open in the women's, and the boys are going to be gunning for that top seed to be out.
Yeah, Lucy Beecroft, the number 3 seed, essentially has been promoted to the number 1 seed of this event, but she's got some seriously tough competition up against Sin Yuk Chan of Hong Kong. Now, she played a fantastic tournament so far. She took out Marina Stefanoni of the United States, pretty convincing fashion, and then yesterday was very strong again on the centre court here.
Yeah, she just looks like she's oozing confidence. She never looks in any doubt that she's going to get through a match. Even when she was down against Alina Bushma yesterday, in every game, she found a way to win 3-1. And yeah, I can see why she's got that unbeaten run this season, and I can't see it stopping anytime soon.
And then in the other semi-final, we've got Habiba Hani, the young Egyptian player, up against Sabrina Sobhy. Now, Sabrina Sobhy, of course, for the American viewers, will be no stranger to her performances on Squash TV over the years. She's coming back from an injury break, and it really starts to feel like she's getting back to that level that she was pre-injury, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely top 20 standard. If you look at her, she's moving really well. She said in the post-game interview she feels like she's getting back to where she belongs. And at 13 in the world, I think she was 2 years ago, I can definitely see her getting back there and even higher in the next season or two.
And if we look over to the men's side of the semi-finals, the number 1 seed Lionel Cardenas, the number 13, former number 13 in the world from Mexico, he's up against Jeremiah Azaña. Now he was a little bit of a gate crasher to the semi-finals, wasn't he? He took out Salman Khalil yesterday. Now that was a very tough match for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was mentally a roller coaster for him. He won 2 games to love up in pretty convincing fashion, and then almost fell off a cliff and resurrected himself in that last game to come through absolutely flying in the end. And he'll be relishing that today, and will want to get into this number 1 seed, who's had a lot of matches in recent weeks.
For sure, he was very exciting to watch, and I'm looking forward to that one against Lionel Cardenas. It's going to be a tough ask for him there, though. But looking at the other semi-finals, we've got Timothy Brownell, another local for the United States here, the number 3 seed of this event. Now, he had a seriously quite feisty match, actually, between Shahjahan Khan. That went all the way, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And Timothy, in the post-match interview, said he wasn't happy with how he dealt with that match. Obviously, there's going to be some argy-bargy on the court, but he apologized to his opponent, and he can't let that happen today against Via. Otherwise, he'll just get picked off. He's got to improve that and go back to the drawing board last night.
And Veer Chotrani, the Indian player here, the number 5 seed of this event, he played a very strong performance there against the number 2 seed, Mohammed El Shabini, yesterday night. We've mentioned about the comparisons that we've made to Rami Ashur. You actually mentioned that he doesn't actually quite like that comparison. Are we going to find out today if he has a certain player that he is looking up to and wants to be replicated towards?
I think so, yeah. I mean, the more people watch him, the more squash enthusiasts are going to realize, oh, this kid can actually play some serious squash like Rami Ashur. He's got the holds, he understands the game, the weight of shot is impeccable, and he's moving like he's never moved before, and he'll admit that. So,
well, it's going to be a fantastic lineup here on the semi-finals day. The crowd's starting to build up. We had a junior event running alongside here today. This was packed out. The whole venue was filled, all courts filled with plenty of young juniors playing the JCT. Is that the correct terminology for the event?
Yeah, the JCT, the top 32 juniors from under 11s to under 19s. So it's the 3rd tournament this week that's being played at the St. James. And the atmosphere is great. The players will be seeing that, and the juniors will be loving these matches tonight.
Well, we're going to have a real show on our hands tonight, and I'm very excited for these matchups. Just to reiterate the schedule for today's proceedings: 6 o'clock start. All being well, we'll have Habiba Hani, the young Egyptian, number 8 seed of this event, taking on Sabrina Sobhy, the unseeded player, but certainly one not to be dealt with too casually, that's for sure. Then we've got Lionel Cardenas, the number 1 seed from Mexico, 6:45, up against the gatecrasher Jeremiah Azaña of Argentina. Then at 7:45, Sin Yuk Chan, the Hong Kong giant killer, taking out the number 1 seed previously in the 2nd round, playing Lucy Beecroft, the number 3 seed of England, essentially the number 1 seed of this event, so it'll be a fantastic clash between those two. And finally, in this evening sessions, we're going to have Timothy Brownell, the number 3 seed from the United States, up against Veer Chotrani, the number 5 seed of India. Now we're going to get set up for these cracking matches, and we will join Lewis Anderson in a very short period of time on centre court to introduce the players.
Yes, remote for the lights. Your lights, port service. Three jobs.
Exactly, that's what I was going to do.
Passing over there.
That's a big one.
Yep. Yep, I'm ready to start. When, do you want me to put the picture finish? There's one last match plan. Do you want me to wait for the picture finish or start? Okay. Okay. Do you want me to just do instrumental? Do you want me to do no words?
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to semi-finals day! We are going to get the first semi-final of the day onto court. Firstly, from Egypt, Hani. And from the USA, Sobhy.
First semi-final of the night here at the St. James facility in Springfield, United States. It's the young Egyptian player Habiba Hani, the number 8 seed of this event, up against Sabrina Sobhy of the United States. Unseeded Sabrina Sobhy is certainly not a force to be underestimated. She's been as high as the top 15 players of the world, but she's been struggling through injuries, and she's just making her way back now onto the squash tour with fantastic forms throughout this event and previous events coming to this. Sabrina Sobhy currently ranked 66 in the world, but as I said, she's on the rise after a short break from the squash tour. Certainly playing a level of squash that is nowhere near 66. She's way ahead of that one. As I said, highest ranking of 13 in the world, so she's looking on good form. We turn our attention now to Habiba Hani, number 8 seed. World rank 57, highest world ranking of 54, so she's bubbling around that mark. Just 20 years of age. Turned pro back in 2023 with a phenomenal win rate so far to kickstart this young player's career. 75% wins. Sabrina Sobhy, in contrast, has turned pro 15 years ago, 2010. Highest world ranking there, number 13, with 5 PSA titles to her name. 256 career matches, so she's a very experienced player with a healthy 55.9% win rate. On superb form in this event, particularly. She hasn't dropped a game yet, taking out Margot Prow of Bermuda 3 games to love, and Nicole Bunyan 3 games to love, followed by a fantastic win against the Egyptian Hannah Moataz, number 2 seed of this event in the previous round in quarterfinals. Yet again another 3-love win, so she's on form, arguably one of the hot contenders for this title. As we get ready to get the players on court to start this matchup, I'm joined by Danielle Ray,
Good
Canadian
evening.
legends of the game. How are we?
Ex-legend.
Definitely not ex-legend. Definitely not ex-legend. Former, is it 2 Canadian national titles to your name?
Yeah, got a couple there.
So how's it been this event? Have you been watching? The matches from?
Been watching quite a few, more of the later matches, like on the bottom half. Just it's worked better schedule-wise. We have Veer Chotrani staying with us, and so we've been here for his matches. And then mine was obviously late in the evening. So I haven't actually watched Sobhy Hani play yet. Caught maybe a little bit of one of her matches. Sabrina checked in once in a while because it's just fun to see her back on tour.
Yeah, I mean Habiba Hani, I would say she's a shock to the this stage of the event, but it's really not. I mean, she's a fantastic player.
Yeah, when you see her in the draw, I remember looking at the draw and seeing both her and Simi, or like Chanson-Yuk, and they're both unseated. You know, like at that point, I was pretty happy I was also not seated.
Yeah. Then obviously Sabrina Sobhy, like I've said multiple times already in this show, she's certainly not an unseeded player, is she?
Oh no, definitely not. She's definitely one of the front runners for this event, and it must be kind of nice for her in a way just to come out zero pressure. And I feel like that's when she plays her best. Like when she did against Hani El-Hamami and had that massive win, there's so zero pressure.
Well,
But do you think she would feel pressure because she kind of knows she knows what her level is?
Yeah, it feels as well, like you say, because she has to almost start slightly from the beginning again. She hasn't really had to, because she's got a couple of wild cards and things that got to get her a bit of a jump.
Plus pegged ranking, which helps.
Certainly, yeah. And I might ask you to explain that one later on. But I feel like these copper events as well, they're just on the cusp of the very first stage of a world event. It's a nice warm up, isn't it, almost for her? So I don't think the pressure is too much on her shoulders.
No, it shouldn't be, and it's probably nice for her getting more matches because, like you say, with the wild card, she did well at the U.S. Open, winning that first round, and then she played her sister, and they had a good match. But it's nice in these events because you can get more match play, really find your groove, more mentally than anything too, because practice matches are so different.
A positive start here for Sobhy. Hasn't dropped a game yet in this event so far, and I'm sure she will not want to make any difference in this match.
Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see how Habiba reacts to the pace and open play because Beans moves so well and she get onto it, and I feel Hani, from like the little bit I've seen of her, she really does like to open up the court and play with pace, but that won't necessarily frustrate Sabrina.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, pace is certainly not an issue for the young Egyptian. What I was impressed with Sabrina Sobhy yesterday up against Hannah Moataz, I mean, it was just that proactive movement. She was buzzing around, zipping around that court. That's what she's sort of known for, isn't she? That sort of just constant energy.
Yeah. It's very nice to play too, like I actually haven't played her in a competitive setting, but just practice matches, and it's just so fluid, but you just know she's going to get everything back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Habiba Hani had a relatively tough match there against the Norwegian player. She's been playing very well so far, this Madeline Hilland. 3-1 for her. It almost feels like that could be quite beneficial to Habiba Hani, just to get a bit of a tough match under her belt before she takes on someone like Sabrina.
Yeah, 100%. But it's good mentally to have that match under your belt, and there's her best rally yet. She was really hunting the ball, searching for that volley, but it's just such different styles. I really enjoyed watching Madeline this week because I've heard her name a lot.
Yeah, she's sort of starting to break news really on particularly the Challenger Tour. Now she's moving into the World Tour. She is starting to be a real force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, big win against Marie Stefan. Very back and forth match that one was. She's straightening the ball out nicely, Hani.
But it's perfect length from Sobhy. And she really hunts that midsection of the court so well. She loves that volley as well. She likes to cut it off quickly, bring her opponent into the front corners.
I'd like to see a bit more variety from Hani in terms of pace, because it is one of those things you're playing someone who's really good with rhythm, who is a good mover, and even if you yourself are a good mover and can hit some amazing shots, just having a reset, even just to like change the momentum or keep them on their toes. And it's just been very, very intense hitting.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw it slightly with Zina Zain, slightly similar player actually. The other young Egyptian, she was up against Beecroft, and there was patches where she was injecting a lot of pace, a lot of boasts and things, but it was actually Beecroft just resetting the rallies that made the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, especially on this court, I find it height goes a long. Oof. Hate to see that.
For me, she's got a fair enough point there from Sobhy to sort of suggest that is it really necessary to take that one off the back wall, but I don't think it was deliberate from...
No, I don't think so. But
this is a home court for you.
yeah.
Have you got any inside tips as to how this court plays? We've definitely noticed the back left, Nick.
Wild back left bounces. The front right can have a few.
Okay.
But the back left, like if you can hit some nice high floating length, or even go for back wall Nick, like you can get some few points.
Yep. Well, we've seen plenty of them so far. Lewis Anderson, our co-commentator, has been keeping a tally so far.
What's it at?
That's a good question. We're going to have to bring him on next and ask him. But it's sort of... Hani's kind of secretly just chipped away at the scoreboard, and she's drawn level now with Sobhy.
She stepped her tee up.
7-6.
Smart play. She's kind of moved up, pushed Beans back one or two more times to extend the court, and then gone for her attack. At least that's the plan I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's a good change-up, isn't it? There's a clear, noticeable difference in what she did at the beginning of this game. This is obviously a big moment here for Hani, the Copper event, World event, semi-final. Is there a huge amount of pressure that goes into your sort of nerves, especially being 20 years old?
20 years old. It's tough because I feel, having spent time in Egypt and like even watching the junior nationals 1 year, the pressure in that situation it's next level. I can't even explain what it's like, but it's I feel the pressure isn't too much. I feel like it's the expectation. Like I feel all of these young Egyptian players come onto the tour with a lot of confidence in their ability, and a lot of them do really well. And you can see it. She's in the semifinal of a Copper, but I wouldn't say that the occasion would get her in the way
because they've experienced so much. Well, sort of almost worse in the sense that it's just that pressure pot in the junior events all the way through.
Yeah. And she is young, right? There's no pressure on her, really.
Sabrina Sobhy just creating a small gap on the scoreboard. Came off to a flyer at the beginning, but it was the young Egyptian chipped away. Oh, it's a wicked shot there from Hani. Wow.
Needs a back wall, Nick, when you can hit that.
Yeah, certainly the backhand left. That's the one that they want to aim for.
Definitely tell the backhand side is a very strong part of her game. She likes to switch it over, the play over to that side quite a bit more.
Initially thought slightly fortunate to get it out there. That was a big space there. I think probably the safety let more so than anything.
I don't know. I feel like the cross was going to be a straight into Annie, so I think it lets good. Oh, nice shot there.
And she's taken that one into the back corner very nicely, and that gives Sabrina Sobhy 2 game balls to take this very important opening game.
Oh, that's nice.
Fantastic shot for Sabrina Sobhy as she clinches this first game. Nine minutes in duration for the American unseeded player here, taking the opening against Abiba Hani, 11-8. She leads 1 game to love.
Everyone in the crowd has some sort of object to make some noise. And I want to hear that right now. Okay, that was the dress rehearsal. The real thing is when you play a tip up on the court, okay? And I want to hear the blue things go bang, bang, bang. Here's an example. I'll be back. Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. I can't hear you. There we go. Fifteen seconds.
So Sabrina Sobhy takes the first game. Fairly topsy-turvy opening with that initial lead. I feel like you mentioned it perfectly at the beginning where Abiba Hani stepped up the court and that made a huge amount of difference, didn't it?
Yeah.
Does she need to do that again in this second, but even more so?
I think she needs to do it more so, but also be a little bit more patient, because when she pushed Sobhy back over and over, kind of waiting for that attack, because Sobhy knows she wants to attack at some point, it just helped her reset a bit better. But it is one of those physicality things, like when you are playing really aggressively and trying to attack, it's tiring, and there's only so long you can do it.
It almost feels like Sabrina Sobhy's quite happy for that sort of, I'm going to let you sort of exhaust your energy by trying to play this pace, and I'm just going to absorb it.
Yeah. But I don't know if I would ever really consider Sabrina just like an absorption player either, because she likes to attack.
Oh,
and
certainly
move it.
not.
No, but it's an interesting mix, these two. I think they both want to be up front. But see, there she could just run up onto that drop, because it was like the first opportunity that Hani had. She went short, and so Sabrina could anticipate that instead of pushing her back one more time.
Yeah. Oh, superb shot from Hani. I don't know where that came from.
That slide, I feel like a lot of the Egyptian players have, and just like fearless and just.
It's just the fact they managed to play a shot off it as well.
Yeah, too. It's wild. Do you do any slides?
Oh no, yeah, it slides down the play park, not on the court. And Hani taking that higher tee position. But it's Sabrina Sobhy that's cutting her off very nicely at the minute. Definitely noticed, particularly against Hannah Motaz yesterday in the quarterfinals, she's got a very good ability to anticipate and sort of read her opponent's movements into the front.
Yeah. I think there's a bounce.
Okay, I'll tell Lewis to add that one to his tally.
Great get from Sobhy.
Yeah, pressure's starting to build here. But it was nullified by Sabrina Sobhy. An almost invisible drop shot from the back.
Well, you have to wonder where you're going to get your points from.
Yeah.
Because she's hit some phenomenal shots and keep coming back. Plus, with interest, any opportunity. That was just slightly overhit length, and it's gone.
And this is a seriously confident Sabrina Sobhy we're seeing. That's worrying times now for Hani because there's a bit of a gap now on the scoreboard.
And that's such good awareness. So good.
Yeah, she's so good at just seeing the space in the court where your opponent's not and just not panicking.
Yeah. Nice lift there from Hani. First one we've really seen from her. Same scoreline we had in the first game.
It is, and we all know that that got leveled, didn't it? 6-all. So will we see a charge back here from the young Egyptian?
Just pushing up that tee, looking for that volley. Some pretty tough movements, though. They look a little bit too stretched at time, but she's keeping herself in there.
Those are those tough slides into those front corners.
B20.
That was a wicked shot there from Hani. Sabrina Sobhy had no idea where that was going. As you said, this is starting to give the same familiar situation as the first game. Sobhy puts a stop to it.
Yeah, mistake there.
Big fan of this this tier of the events, this copper tier, because we get to see some of the top players, but we also get to see some of these amazing athletes on show that we don't often get that coverage, do we?
Yeah, it's really nice because I feel with some of the big tournaments, because you get some similar matchups and you can kind of anticipate a little bit more how it's going to go. No, it's been a very exciting tournament. So many upsets on both men's and women's.
Yeah, no seeds were really safe. Obviously, Lucy Beecroft in the women's side now, essentially the #1 seed after all of the other seeds taken out.
Oh, they're going to have an interesting match, and I think the rallies will be very short.
Yeah.
They both love to move the ball and go for winners.
For sure.
A lot of height, a lot of drops. It'll be fun. Watch.
It's felt like a bit of a different story though than the first game now. Sabrina Sobhy feels like she's taking the reins of this match now.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good answer though from Hani.
Sobhy's been moving that play over to the forehand a little bit more.
I think that's a tactical play after the first game that she noticed.
Maybe slightly. I mean, I think she's just going to play her game and play where she wants to. It might not be as purposeful because I think she is fairly comfortable out there. Even though there is pressure coming from Hani, I still feel like Sobhy isn't too stressed at the moment.
Yeah, she's in the driver's seat now, and there's a little hedge up there. That's a really positive sign now for, I guess, the body language to demonstrate to your opponent that you're really into this one.
Yeah. No, the only reason I felt like maybe the forehand is because Hani's been mostly getting her points on that backhand side.
Yeah.
And that length is a bit more severe when she hits it there.
Had to be, and it was a forced stroke there. It was a great shot there from Sobhy into the front right, and that gives the American 6 game balls to take the second important game. to see both players mixing up the pace with that height. That's
What a
good boast.
Wow.
On the air, it's
Ambitious
come
there.
out. Oh, what a rally from these two. Important one for Sabrina Sobhy to take, especially with that convincing fashion of the gamer score. Another 9-minute game, but this one's slightly more convincing here from Sabrina Sobhy. She leads the 8th seed in this event, 2 games to love after 20 minutes of play.
Well, at the end of this match, whenever it may be, I want to see everyone go and get their dancing shoes because we have a dance we're going to do, okay? So, just prepare yourselves, and if you bought a ticket, you have to do the dance. We'll resume in 60 seconds. We will resume in 30 seconds. Seconds. So we need 2 games to love. One more.
Commanding lead now for Sabrina Sobhy.
Interesting. The second game was same length, very different scoreline, but I think it shows improvement from Hani, just to be able to extend the match, get into more taxing rallies, but it might also hurt her.
Yeah, it definitely feels as the improvement. Is there anything, obviously mentioned about obviously trying to, not be too quick into those attacking shots, build a few more rallies. Is there anything obvious that she's not doing against Sabrina Sobhy?
I think it's just a matter of the consistency and quality of the shots, because I think she has really good intentions in what she's doing, but it's just being kind of nullified over and over again.
Yeah, any momentum she's got on the scoreboard, Sabrina Sobhy's just found a way to say, you know what, go back to the drawing board here.
Yeah. That last rally of the second game was really good, though. We saw a bit more height from Hani, but I mean, look there, Sobhy attacks from everywhere, so you're never actually safe. It's not like one of those players where, if I hit length, they'll hit length, and over again. It's not like that.
And then Sabrina Sobhy's just reading that, isn't she? She's cutting off that cross court, and driver's seat is definitely the best analogy I can put for this performance.
No, Sobhy's just such a great player. That's
what
amazing.
A shot.
Yeah.
32.
I mean, obviously being as high as number 13 in the world, I asked Lewis this when we were commentating on a previous match. What sort of level do you think this performance is indicating in terms of that PSA ranking?
I mean, I think she can get back up to that or higher, 100%. And if anything, this period of time will make her stronger. Because even just going through something mentally and resetting and maybe finding a new love for the game, and you really are excited to be at all of your matches, which, I feel like when you get up to that point in your career, you do feel that pressure. You kind of are in a bit of a bubble, at times, and we've seen her be very up and down. Like she's had amazing matches, like the ones against like Nurel Tayeb in Chicago, or the one with Hania Humami in at U.S. Open. But then we've also seen her have some flat performances. So I think this is almost a really good start, and it'll help her maybe break into that top 10 eventually.
Sure, the positive signs are definitely there, and in contrast, Habiba Hani starting to get a little bit of momentum, but that on-force there just halting progress.
Yeah, it's too good. It's tight to the wall. We've seen her stretch and try and volley those a few times, and it's just a higher quality than I think she's used to playing against.
Yeah, the court's just being closed down into very narrow gaps here for Hani to use those attacking shots.
Yeah, I like the intention though. She has good intention with her shots and hitting. She's very smart.
Yeah, and as we were just saying off air, the win rate is pretty special, isn't it? 75% already.
That's very solid. Hasn't been on tour for that long, a couple years, and such good length, just setting up so many opportunities. Close though.
Yeah, it's really starting to kick off now, I feel. Hani's almost activated just something in her game that's now putting a bit more pressure on Sobhy, but that on-force there is not going to help.
I think that's one of the big differences between a lot of players at the top and who are just coming through, because skill-wise, like Hani's very skilled, and I mean she's still very much in this match. But you see it with a lot of players where they have that skill set, they have that ability, but being patient and being willing to go through hard rallies over and over again. Like once Sabrina extended it, it's not a desperate attack because sometimes they go in, but it's maybe from the wrong position. It's like slightly behind her and recognizing, no, I can stay in this. It's going to be hard, but wait for a better opportunity.
Yeah, it's just that working squash is so high at the top level that they're just happy just to say, you know what, I'm going to do this for days.
Yeah.
And you have to do something special. It's a good way to look at it, actually. And that was a better shot there from Hani. This is the first time in this match where Hani's taken the lead from the 6-all point.
Mm-hmm. I think her first lead of the match.
I think it actually might be, yeah. It's just perfect width from Sobhy, and even though there was a barrage of attacks from Hani, the American just managing to diffuse the situation.
I feel like she should have played that.
I was thinking that as well.
Yeah.
The whole court was there. It could have been an instant point.
Even like an easy job, just a moving one to the front when it's out of position.
I've seen that quite often throughout the tournament from the referees, particularly. Quite often opting for that yes let, not really wanting to give too many no lets or strokes.
Solid rally.
Hani under pressure. Oh, I think that's harsh.
I agree. She's been getting everything back, and I feel like the explanation saying she's going for the player. She never goes for the player.
Definitely not.
Ever.
I don't think she had an option really because the player was right in front of her. But
Yeah. A little bit of a, not a lifeline, but lifeline for Hani.
oh, certainly, I mean, this is a chance now for her to capitalize on that. And that's a wonderful shot there. The fist pump from the young Egyptian required.
First fist bump of the match, I think.
Definitely in a positive way. And
Yeah.
that was something I was going to mention is that the head's been slightly negative throughout this period. And now this has been much more
Wow.
positive. And look at that change. What a
Yeah.
shot.
And body language is huge. I think one of my
sure.
favorite players to watch for that is Olivia Weaver.
Yep.
Just always positive. You can see her just nodding and egging herself on, and you know, obviously her squash is amazing, but she's won some pretty tough matches just using that.
One game ball save now for Sabrina Sobhy. Hasn't lost a game yet so far in this event. You will be for sure desperate not to change that.
Wow, perfect length again.
Just too good in that back left corner.
Does Hani go for a winner off the serve?
That's the question. I don't know whether even Sobhy might tempt her into that.
I mean, that would be risky.
That would be risky.
Would
yeah.
you do that?
Oh, I would do that for sure. Go for it, man. Certainly feel the tension in this rally. Both players just waiting for a chance.
Oh.
Play.
Wow, what a rally.
I mean, that was a phenomenal show of athleticism from both these players. I almost thought Hani got that one at the end, but the referee.
Discipline. I mean, I thought it was down. but-
Yeah, it probably was. I was just excited about that one.
Spice up the match.
10-all. Sabrina Sobhy very stubborn in not dropping a game in this event.
It's better length hitting, both players. Most conservative rallies I think we've seen.
Definitely, especially Hani. This is the most patient she's been.
Yeah. The only thing is, I mean, obviously they're a nice squeeze from Sabrina. Hani hasn't been getting her points when she's been patient.
No, true.
So it's an interesting kind of mental switch.
It's a dilemma for the young Egyptian, but it's a match ball now for Sabrina Sobhy. Is she going to do it first time of asking?
Oh, I haven't seen many of those.
That was a uncharacteristic error there from Sobhy. Maybe just seeing the finish line slightly too early. Chance here for Hani.
Oh, that cross court consistently has been so good.
This is far better here from Hani. The huge pressure being built.
Oh, smart.
Smart is certainly the word. Sabrina Sobhy caught right behind her opponent. And it's now a game ball to Hani. Great get from the Egyptian, but it's gone in the tin, and Sabrina Sobhy defends another game ball.
Back right hand corner has been Beans' Sabrina Sobhy's friend.
Yeah, it's the width, isn't it? And it's so difficult to execute.
Yeah.
Much better pressure here being built. Ooh, she's hit her on the backswing.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Left side. Left side. 13-12. 13-12.
Interesting body language here. Is this the point?
You just feel like Sabrina Sobhy has just been bubbling around this match ball. She wants to take this one in 3. And Hani's starting to get a bit frustrated. This is a chance now here for the American.
Oh!
It's another snatch.
She caught her in the backswing.
She caught her on the backswing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
I think because we could hear it from the court first, but what a match.
Sabrina Sobhy refusing to lose a game in this event as she moves into the final of this St. James Expression Open 2025. 36 minutes required for her as we join Lewis Anderson on court to find a bit more about what that means to her.
To start off this evening session of matches, give it up for your winner, Sabrina Sobhy. Well, congratulations there, Sabrina. You're continuing this fine run of form. Obviously, the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And obviously, you've had a few setbacks recently. How have you dealt with those to come back stronger?
Yeah, it's definitely given me a lot of time away from the sport, which kind of has clarified my values. So what I want to do, why I want to be doing this, just kind of giving me a stronger basis and like motivation from within, because it's a very, very long and difficult road. So I think just having that innate like passion and clarity has helped a lot in like the difficult, challenging moments on tour so far.
Well, no, that's a great answer. And yeah, that's for young juniors out there, there's obviously going to be some setbacks, and that's a great way of dealing with it. Now, on to the unserious question. It's not, actually. What's your rosebud and thorn of the day?
The day. Well, I've been having such really nice days. Credit to my family, the Wilsons. They've been incredible hosts, so they're definitely the rose out here. The thorn, I don't know. Things have been really good. I've been really grateful and appreciative of the week. So, I don't think I have one. And then the bud, I mean, the weather's been sneaky like spring a little bit, so that's kind of a fake bud going into the end of November.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, the buds aren't going to be coming out anytime soon, but at least the weather is. So thank you very much, and good luck in the final tomorrow. Well, we're going to save the dance until later on in the evening when everyone's warmed up a bit. So you're excused. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to welcome on our first men's semi-final of the night. We are going to introduce our next match onto court. Firstly, the unseeded Argentinian Hani Azaña. And make some noise for your number 1 seed from Mexico, Cardenas.
First semi-finals up for you on the center court. It's the number 1 seed Cardenas up against the Argentinian Azaña, who has gate crashed this semi-finals, being a 9-16 seed. Hugely exciting match up for you. I'm Stephen Hurst, and joining me in the commentary box is Lewis Anderson. How are we?
Very well, Stephen. Looking forward to this match, as I think Hani isn't stopping anytime soon, and it looks in some ways he's got a point to prove. I don't know who to or why, but it does.
It's to squash. I think he's got a point to prove to squash.
It is to squash. Yeah, that is it.
Well, Cardenas, the number 1 seed, dominant display so far at this event. He's currently ranked 15 in the world with the highest world ranking of 13. He's been on the tour for a good period of time and amassed plenty of victories and titles. Most recently, the Toronto Athletic Club Open, which just happened a week or so ago, which was a copper event. Hani Azaña of Argentina, highest world ranking of 68, current 72, so not far off his best. Turned pro back in 2018 with a very healthy win rate of 56.3%. Well, there's Cardenas. He's been a force to be reckoned with in this event, just by being brutally tough to break down. And in contrast, Azaña has been rapid fire from the beginning to the end, hasn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't say the Mexican would say he's played his best squash of his career here, but he's such a formidable player. It's going to be so hard to dismantle him in this tournament, and Hani is in some ways playing his best squash of the season so far, and he's going to have to keep that up if he's going to make any inroads on the world number 13.
Well, so far in this event, no one has been able to take a game off Cardenas. What does the Argentine player have to do to break that wall of defense that this Mexican player has?
Well, when you play against an opponent who's so much higher on you, the rankings than you. You tend to force things a bit too much, and you start seeing a couple more errors come in because you feel they're going to have too many answers for you. But on the flip side of that, if you don't be positive and go for those shots, then you could just die of a slow death in some ways.
Yeah, like almost being into passive submission in the game.
Yeah, thinking that something's going to happen when it's not. So I'd love Azaña to come out here all guns blazing and really be positive, going in when he can, and just finding that margin for error from the get-go. Just to start asking Cardenas some questions and make this a really interesting semi-final battle.
Well, the head-to-head is in favor of the Mexican number 1 seed, Leonel Cardenas. He's actually beaten his opponent very recently, only last week. He played Jeremiah Azaña at the Toronto Athletic Club Open. That was 3 games to love in convincing fashion. Now, does that have an effect when you go into a match like this, or are you just so psyched to be in the semi-final it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I think round of 16, less of a crowd. You always see that game as a bit of a end game for your tournament against such a formidable opponent. But this is a different scenario. This is the semi-finals of a Copper event, and Cardenas has played a lot more matches after that, and there could be some fatigue. I mean, people don't talk about all the travel that these players have to do week in, week out, and if you get into those latter stages of a tournament, you maybe have a day or even less than a day to prepare. I mean, Mina Orfi played the final of the US Open and went straight to Toronto.
Yeah, I think it was something like 8 or 9 matches on the trot, and she won the flipping event, didn't she?
Yeah, so that's me just talking nonsense then, because they still win. But Azaña will be hoping that that little bit of travel and one extra match will just to put a bit into those legs of Cardenas.
Quick fire start here for Azaña. Certainly someone that does not lack any speed in his game. Do you think that he has to really throw everything at Cardenas? He can't afford to be in a mind state of trying to grind his opponent down, because he won't have any luck against someone of the Mexican's caliber.
Absolutely, Steve. And just from watching that first semi-final courtside, it looks as if this court's a bit colder today.
Okay.
A bit deader. And I'm not sure who that's going to suit in this game. It's whoever can take that ball in at the correct time and find that weight of shot to the back is really going to be beneficial.
But immediately, Cardenas just trying to put in a longer rally there for his opponent. He's not interested in having a quick fire shootout in this match.
Not at all. He's a machine in some ways. He'll just keep plodding on, hitting his targets.
And that's certainly not to say that he hasn't got the skills. He's got an abundance of that. We even saw a dive, which he actually said to you off court that he didn't even know how he did that.
No, he said to me just after the interview yesterday, he said, "Do you know how I got that dive back?" And I didn't have an answer for him. I mean,
I don't think any of us had an answer.
No, I wouldn't have got back up if I had done that.
No. You'd still be there on the floor at the moment.
Yeah.
Good start though from Azaña. He's not showing that he's the underdog here. He's looking really good.
Yeah, both of these juniors were my age group growing up, and whenever you saw them in the draw, you always knew it was going to be psychologically horrendous.
Horrendous, that's the word
for
for
someone
it.
like me that was a shot player.
Yeah.
they would be able to get a lot of balls back for a long period of time at a quick pace. And that is how the South American squash scene is played.
Well, Azaña, he felt like Lionel Cardenas had no idea about this one, and it was actually plenty of room to play that one instead of leaving it early. I personally think that was not the worst decision from the referee to put that as a let.
Yeah, he obviously was ready for the forehand. Just had to change to the backhand there very quickly. But if he had hit that, there was a chance that he could have hit Azaña, and that was a fair decision.
Trademark shot there from Cardenas.
It's that flat kill, isn't it? With the driver we talked about yesterday.
Yep, the golf analogy. Some pretty lengthy exchanges in this first game. Oh, looked good on the stream, but it must have just clipped the top of the tin. That's an area of Cardenas' game that I do think is one worth highlighting. It's if you hit a loose ball into that using a post or a slightly high drop, he is so efficient at putting that in. You used the word condition, which is a great word for it.
Yeah, he is. And even if you know where he's going to play that shot, and you play... So Azaña played that post from a position where he had to do a lot of movement back to the tee, and he knew that drop was going in, but because it was done so efficiently, it just put him under immense amount of pressure, and it resulted in an error. And there again.
No unforced errors here from Cardenas, holding his ground in this match so far. And in contrast, Azaña's given roughly 4 unforced errors off the racket, really.
Yeah, and that's what I talked about at the start of the game. He's got to be positive, but allow that margin for error, you know. If he's going in and making a few tins, that's just going to bring confidence into Cardenas' game, and he'll feel very comfortable. And just another one going in, that's 5 in the space of less than 2 minutes.
Strong lead now for the number 1 seed. This is what he's so good at, isn't he? He just makes life very uncomfortable for his opponent for a few rallies, 5 or 6 rallies, and then he gets an opening. But Azaña, that is something that he needs to do more of, isn't it? Take, with a lot of confidence, those volleys into the front.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yes, dominance in this first game here from Lionel Cardenas. He leads with 6 game balls now. Nice lift there from Cardenas. Oh, what a shot there from Azaña.
And that's the quality it's going to take.
Yeah, as we said, as soon as he shapes up for those forehand drop shots around the front, you just know it's going in the neck. And with that, it's the Mexican #1 seed of this event that's taken the first game. 10 minutes of play. It's Lionel Cardenas who leads Jeremias Azaña 1 game to love. Well, Cardenas dominant in that first game. Thought there was glimpses there from Azaña of the brilliance that he possesses, but do you think it needs to be balanced with the amount of unforced errors that he made?
It does, yeah. You just saw the where the points were won in that last game on the screen, and Cardenas went on a 7-point streak, and it wasn't from him doing anything special. It was Azaña making most of those errors. And everyone talks about the errors that are made against the Mexican, but it's actually his constant pressure that forces those errors. And you never really hear much of a reaction from the crowd on what Cardenas does, but it's an absolute masterpiece in some ways, and it's the overall game that's looked at rather than that one-off shot that he necessarily plays.
Yeah, there's something more impressive, arguably, at being incredibly tough to beat, as opposed to someone that wants to fire it in across, through the legs, all around the court.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it.
Cardenas just resetting again, creating those opportunities to bring him into the front corner. It often looks simple, doesn't it, from Cardenas, but it's certainly not. It takes a huge amount of real concentration and discipline in his game.
Yeah, you rarely see an error from him. Oh well, right on cue, he decides to play an error there. He must have heard me, and
Yeah,
he doesn't like me.
definitely doesn't like you. You're right. It is far and few between, isn't it? That when you see shots like those.
Yeah, you almost see in this game. Well, I'm gonna be quiet.
I think we need to leave.
He's just played 2 of his first errors in this match. Straight after I said he doesn't make an error.
Certainly not a good omen to have you here in the commentary box. But there's a time now for the Argentine to really capitalise on that and actually take these 2 unforced errors, which are essentially gifts at this stage, and use it to start to build something in this match.
Yeah, I was just thinking that just a slight lead on the scoreboard psychologically can build confidence in him, and if he can keep hitting his targets for a sustained period of time. It was just asked that question. Oh, that is another error from Cardenas. 3 errors in the last 3 rallies.
Well, the response now for Cardenas has to be not giving anything away, because Azaña has to take this chance now to build some lead. But I like that he's being patient. He's not seen that unforced error and thought, right, this is my chance to go for something even more high risk. He is now playing a disciplined game.
But it's Azaña that's got all the answers in this game, and I'm not sure who's coaching him in between games, but that he must have had a good talk with himself to really find a way back into this.
And it's Azaña's turn to make the unforced error. Yeah, just cut off perfectly by Cardenas.
Yeah, he won't want to be making many more unforced errors in this game, and try and get back on track.
That's a shot reminiscent of the first game. Just getting his body position slightly awkward where he has to maneuver his racket.
Yeah, you just see the mental toughness from Leo. Well, I'm gonna leave.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, unforced errors galore here for Cardenas after Lewis's comment. It certainly feels like Azaña has taken control and a bit more of a positive take on those unforced errors. Has to keep those in the back of his mind, that he can start to generate some mistakes from his opponent.
Yeah, he's got him on the run here, and he's got to keep this sustained, just like he did yesterday against Khalil, where he was up against it for most parts, but found a way of digging in that rally.
Perfect width, perfect length from Cardenas as he finds the back wall. Toughest test so far, I feel, in this event, in this game particularly.
Yeah, it is. Definitely being worked around. That's a great shot by Jeremias there. Just a simple straight kill, but catching Cardenas off guard.
He certainly has a chance in this game, doesn't he? He keeps playing shots like that. It's got to be a stroke there. Worth noting as well, there's nearly 60 ranking places between these two. But it certainly doesn't look like that on court, particularly in this game, does it?
No, it doesn't, and it only takes a slightly off day against a lower ranked opponent, and you can really start to see upsets, as we've seen a lot in the women's draw this week.
Loose ball from Azaña. He's under pressure now.
He does such a good job of just retrieving balls to good interest and resetting on that tee. And he's actually flipped it on its side now.
Yeah, it's Cardenas under pressure now. Oh, he's got the dive. Rally goes on. Chance for Cardenas.
He likes using that lob as an attacking shot, and he's just forced
Oh, this is brutal.
the Argentine out of position.
Oh. I'm stressed here, Lewis.
Losing my hair. No pun intended.
That rally was a age for these two players. What a performance in that rally from Azaña. I mean, the crowd seriously impressed by that one, and rightly so. After that unbelievable rally, Azaña's thrown that one in the tin. Back to scrambling, but he's not going to get that one back. That's brutal way to shot there from Cardenas. This is super squash here, Lewis.
Yeah, the court's just been opened, using all corners of the court, and that movement just got a bit tougher for them both. You just see them in those deep lunges a bit more consistently here.
There's a snatch, wasn't it? Just seeing it slightly too early. And it's Cardenas that's drawn level.
Yeah, you just feel like Cardenas is back on the front foot here. Even though he hasn't necessarily played his best game of squash.
Brutal work here for Cardenas. He's on the move. Has another snatch there from Azaña. And Cardenas will be very pleased at the sound of the tin that he finds himself now with 1 game ball. Another tin from Azaña, and Cardenas you really feel was saved by the tin. 2-love lead, commanding position now for the number 1 seed. 14 minutes, some unbelievable squash we're seeing on centre court here at the St. James. This crowd starts to fill into the back stands, being treated to some amazing skill and retrieving. It's 2-love to the number 1 seed.
They will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Cardenas leads. 2 games to love. Ball.
You know, Cardenas in a commanding lead, 2 games to love. Similarly to Sabrina Sobhy, he's not interested in dropping a single game in this event.
Yeah, he's not in yesterday against the Japanese player.
He was solid, wasn't he? He was very
behind.
solid.
Yeah.
Cardenas just locking down that backhand side. You feel like he's just not going to give anything away here. Azaña, yet another unforced error into the tin. It's been really the crux so far in this match from him, but that's a good response to an unforced error.
What a shot.
1-2.
Yeah, the netting here is annoying sometimes because it can overhang.
Yeah, you can just see Cardenas just highlighting that. It does sort of just go over the top of the red mark there.
Yeah, you see the ball get stuck in it sometimes just from it flipping it, even when the ball might have necessarily stayed in on a traditional court. It's something they're going to have to deal with in this tournament.
Really impressed here from Azaña, just in his retrieval skills at the moment. Just making life very difficult here for the number 1 seed. Although it's 2-love on the scoreboard, it's definitely not been reflective of that.
No, he's been in this. First game, you could say Cardenas was on top for sure. But in that last game, the Argentine will be very annoyed with himself not to close it out.
Good pressure being built here by Azaña, firing it in from the back. But again, Cardenas, as you say, so conditioned and comfortable with taking it in short around those front corners, tidying up anything loose.
Yeah, you just feel like he always has an answer and multiple game plans, and just it wasn't even a tight shot from Cardenas there, but just Azaña, another unforced error.
Oh, what a shot there from the Argentine. Amazing skill again on show, but just look at him after he plays those shots. You know, he's quick to the service box. He knows he's got to do that a lot more often and build more momentum in this match if he's going to find a chance.
Yeah, he'll be wanting to learn as much as possible from this match, just what it takes to come up against the likes of a top 20 player. We saw in the Andorra event running alongside this, Ivan Perez coming through, completely unseeded, dismantling Gregoire Marsh today, as well as beating seed after seed. And it's possible these days. I mean,
especially these copper events. The copper events really expose, not expose, but they give a chance for these players to have a go and a crack at these players that they wouldn't get necessarily a chance on court.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the introduction of these copper events in the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, it's been great, hasn't it? This is more settled here from Cardenas. He looks in control of this rally.
Making what a get.
What a get.
Just one too many.
Oh, look at that. We're in sync. We're in sync.
We are in sync there.
3 points on the scoreboard. This is a strong lead now for the number 1 seed. Another unforced error from Azaña.
This is where you just see the experience and quality.
As you said earlier, you know, we look at these unforced errors as in isolation, but they are under a huge amount of pressure from Cardenas. He is so dominant around that tee position. Really does not like giving it away.
No, there's no inch of the court he gives away. Apart from those 3 errors and a stroke. After the commentator's curse, he hasn't really put a foot wrong.
It's been the story of the past couple of games here for Azaña. It's not necessarily the wrong shots because they've been coming off well, different patches throughout the match, but just feel like Cardenas is not being scared off at the moment.
Yeah, he feels like there's going to be a couple of errors in a couple of winners in there, as well as those errors that Azaña's been playing, and that's been the difference in this match. Ooh, just an argy-bargy.
Bit of contact there. Glad that wasn't serious, because back in, I believe it was the World Championships in Chicago, but I don't know if you recall it, Cardenas was playing Curtis Malik and he got clipped on the way through to a ball and had a concussion. He hit his head against the wall. It was quite serious. He had to pull out of the event, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see him back.
That's a wicked boast there from Cardenas. Gut ripper. You feel like there's a combination to his game, isn't there? It's that length, bringing their opponent into the front. Excellent coverage of the short game, and then he uses that boast to real effect, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's one of those condition games you do as a junior where he primarily finds the length and gets in front of his opponent and then goes in short with that odd boast that just completely catches his opponent off guard.
You can see Azaña now just increasing the margin of error. Five match balls now for the number 1 seed. Going for a cross-court neck in the air. The ball goes out, and it's one more rally left here for Azaña. 4 match balls remain for Cardenas. And there it is. Cardenas refusing to lose a game in this event. And he's taking this one against a very tricky opponent in Jeremias. Azaña. We're going to join Lewis Anderson on court for some thoughts and views on that match.
Well, let's hear it for these two amazing players. Jeremias and Azaña of an amazing tournament. And your winner, Cardenas. Well, congratulations, Leo. I was speaking on commentary then about how you don't make any errors, and in the start of that second, you made 3 in a row and a stroke. So I was a curse to you, I'm sorry. But you didn't make any more after that, and you made it very tough for Azaña to beat you. So do you pride yourself on not making many errors and just keeping the ball above the tin and making it hard for your opponent?
Yeah, I try to do it, but if I play with someone like Jeremias, it's making it hard to me to don't make errors, and he make me run a lot, so that's why all credit to him. But at the end, I just try to play my game and keep focus on the strategy, and Jeremias was playing so well today, so I'm glad that I am winning the match and playing the final tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, no, it's amazing. And now on to a question that everyone's wondering is, would you rather $100 in your bank account or watch a Taylor Swift concert?
Of course, the $100 on my bank account. I only listen to Mexican music, so I'd rather have that. Yeah. And also my girlfriend probably wants the $100, so I think it's better. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Well, we were going to put Taylor Swift Love Story on as your walkout song, but we're glad we didn't do that anymore. So, yeah, congratulations and good luck tomorrow in the final.
Superb performance there from the number 1 seed, Leonel Cardenas of Mexico, taking out Jeremias Azaña in 3 games to love in a highly entertaining battle. There's a confirmation of the scores so far as we get to the halfway mark of today's semi-finals. Sabrina Sobhy taking out Habiba Hani in 3 games to love, number 8 seed there. So another upset. But no upsets are to be seen in the first semi-final, with Leonel Cardenas dispatching Jeremias Azaña in a very entertaining match, 3 games to love. Well, join us very shortly, in around 10 minutes, when we get the players back on court. It's Sin Yuk Chan of Hong Kong. She took out the number 1 seed of this event, so she's looking very sharp up against Lucy Beecroft, the number 3 seed, technically the number 1 seed of this event based on seedings. So all to play for in that one. Join us again very shortly.
Well, our next match will start within the next 10 minutes. There is a bar in Golf Simulator 1. I know it's a random place to have a bar, but there is. And it's a Saturday night, so that only means one thing. Drink.
I like how they've done.
Well, with no time to waste, we're going to get our second women's semi-final match going. Firstly, from Hong Kong, Simi Chan. And our Geordie resident from Northumbria, England, Lucy Beecroft.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our second women's semi-final of the day. And what a duello we have in store for you. My name is Lewis Anderson, and I'm joined by Danielle Ray. How are we?
Good. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
I think this will be a very different match to the first women's semifinal here tonight. Both very nice shot makers.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a battle of who can find their front game early enough and really assert dominance around the middle of the court.
But, I mean, we've seen Chansanyuk, Simi, on a complete tear of the PSA. She has won 3 tournaments in a row and is still going here in the semifinals.
Yeah, she's showing no signs of stopping, and this is an interesting challenge for her with Lucy Beecroft, who came for a thrilling 5-game match yesterday against Zaina Zain from Egypt, and you just feel that Lucy has got a bit to prove in this tournament, and we'll be asking Simi questions from the get-go.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's interesting because obviously Lucy Beecroft is the higher seed. She's reached a higher world ranking, but we haven't seen Chansanyuk play a whole lot of a ton of tournaments because she's still at university at Columbia. But when she does come out and play, we've seen some pretty amazing performances.
Yeah, and she said in her post-game interview when we were on court that it's a lot different for her playing with no crowd on her side. In college and at Columbia, every match she's joined with maybe 10 or more of her teammates all spurring her on, and here there's a crowd, but it's all her on the court.
Yeah, very different atmosphere.
Yeah, but she is finding a way in these tournaments, obviously, on this incredible unbeaten run. So
it's interesting she says that because I feel when she plays, she doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. She seems very composed all the time, and to have a comment about having some exterior thing kind of help momentum and help you through a match when, some people you can see they just feed off the crowd when they'll be like, oh yeah, like you have a crowd going at the US Open, you can see Liv Weaver just like, get that extra energy. But I feel with her, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah, indeed, she is a smooth criminal in some ways. No real emotions. She gets on with the game, and sometimes that flow state might actually help her without realizing it.
Oh, I would love to be in a flow state like she is.
Yeah, well, I think Lucy Beecroft would love to find that flow state.
She didn't look too comfortable yesterday at all against Zaina Zain.
No, she really struck. She was 2-1 down, wasn't she?
She was, yeah.
And I think it will give her good confidence coming through that match to put things right today. And here we go. Lucy Beecroft serving for a place in the final.
Oh,
well,
just such good awareness.
What a boast to start off the match. Is that going to be Simi Chan's game plan in this to really move Beecroft around the court?
I think it should be. We saw yesterday Zaina Zain had really good success when she was positive, stepped up the court and threw in that boast and made Lucy Beecroft move on the diagonal. And when she got in front of her, but she got in trouble when obviously Lucy could lift, reset, and get into those positions with time on the ball. But I would say Chan moves the ball better than Zain. We can see it already. She's making Lucy do most of the work.
Yeah, it's crucial that she finds her weight of shot, as that's something she'll pride herself on. And she's got off to a great start here.
It is interesting because when I think of playing Lucy Beecroft, I think most players would traditionally probably play a bit more conservatively, keep it straighter. But because she has great hands, look at that.
That's a great shot.
Perfect. And she has the hands and the skill set to take advantage. But I actually think twisting her might be the better play.
Yeah, and if Chan is slightly off with that short game, Lucy will waste no time in countering like she did there and use those racket skills she possesses. Have you played either of these players?
I've played Lucy, but I haven't played Chan. A little bit too old for that.
Chan's a very up-and-coming player.
Yeah. And I think the times when I was injured was when she started to play. But Lucy, I played her before I was injured, and then I played her one match after.
Yeah. Well, what a great read there from
Yeah.
Lucy. Almost a guess, but she guessed right. Forcing that ball away from the racket of Chan.
Oh, I can't afford that. Good position, too.
Yeah, it was a loose ball from Chan, and Beecroft will be wanting to put that right as we go into this first game.
It's just such nice spacing that Chan has. Like, she has such nice spacing that it gives her that ability to use her wrist and switch up very last minute, fast racket, head speed.
Yeah, you talk about the racket being up, and coaches will always say get that wrist up, racket up, but it's the footwork Chan possesses that really creates the incredible shot making skills that shown by her, and the way she moves onto the ball can often catch her opponents off guard. I mean, we see there in the back corners, she's always very stable and balanced.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is a great
length. Set up a really good opportunity.
Yeah, and two very stylish players, aren't they? You see a lot of similarities, actually. The way they can hold the ball, take it in short, and just that weight of length as we just saw.
Like that injection there from Lucy B. Mixing up the pace enough. Both making some. It's either winners or errors.
Yeah, there's no.
It's a bit unpredictable.
Yeah, we're really waiting for someone to take the reins in this game and prove why they deserve a spot in the final tomorrow. There's another error there. Do you think there'll be a bit of nerves from both of them, realizing that they have a chance to make it to the final tomorrow in a very open draw with a lot of the higher seeds giving way?
I mean, it's an open draw, and it's also not an open draw. Winners up against Sabrina Sobhy, unseeded, but I wouldn't consider her that, you know.
Yeah.
I think when we saw it, everyone knew that there was a danger there, but so you know if they get through this, it's still a pretty tough hill to climb tomorrow. But that being said, it is an opportunity. They've played each other before. You do wonder after winning so many events. It's one of those dilemmas. Like, you get the confidence because you've made it through these tournaments and you've won, and you can believe in yourself to get through hard matches. But at the same time, mentally fatiguing. It's a lot of matches, and then you start getting an expectation, potentially.
Yeah, we spoke about that in the previous game, me and Stephen, about going from tournament to tournament and finding yourself in those later rounds in every single one. You don't have time to prepare for the next tournament, and you wonder when that takes its toll on the body or the mind.
And you just hope there's enough days in between.
Yeah.
I think the best streak I had, I managed to win 220s back-to-back. But even in the second tournament, I found that to be very challenging. And I had some matches that I think were slightly closer than I would have initially thought. Because it does take its toll, even though you are confident.
Yeah, and even though Chan's in this semi-final, she hasn't had it her own way. I mean, Bushma yesterday was actually up in most of those games. But Chan even though she might not play her best squash, as you mentioned, she just has that confidence at the moment and ability to not panic under pressure and find a way through those games.
Definitely savvy. I think it does help when you know you can have the skill set to hopefully get 1 or 2 winners, or hope your opponent can do something like that. Which Lucy B, you don't know sometimes. She can hit winners and then she can also make mistakes like that.
Yep, she'll have to be consistent as she ever has been today. And
interesting game so far, though.
yeah, Chan slight lead on the scoreboard, but still neither player taking the reins. As I said,
That's a nice boast.
That's a great boast there.
Were you, by chance, around the tournament in Boston? Watch any of it?
I was watching from a distance. I coach in Boston, outside the city, and I didn't actually get a chance to go to the courts to watch, but I did see the results, and it was pretty impressive. Well, here we are. Chan with a 1 game ball in this first game.
Smart play. Beecroft showing some frustration.
Well, there you have it. The first game, a very tightly contested battle. It's Chan who leads 1 game to love. Well, here we are then. Chan closing out that first game. 11-9. And if you look at a lot of her match results recently, they're all by 1 or 2 points. Danielle, and you feel that getting to 11 points is routine for her.
I think it's nice. You don't really see her panic ever in these situations. Because even against Alina, she was down in, like you mentioned, in some of those games, and she's very physical. She's playing well right now. Was applying pressure on the volley, and she just knows how to hit the targets when it matters.
Yes, and you see the body language of her never really changes. And
to be fair, I mean, obviously she knew it went in the middle of the court, but that's one mistake I just wouldn't do. No matter what, don't catch the ball.
Yeah.
Don't know what
people
give.
Yeah, the referees nowadays, it can be a bit of a lottery sometimes. Oh, that's a great recovery and a great straight drop there to put herself back in the lead.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
a
another
joke.
boast. That's a great shot.
I think a crucial point for Beecroft here. Don't want that lead to get too far.
Yeah, she's 1-love down, and she'll be wanting to try and get back into this as quickly as possible.
Yeah. We talked about how Chan was originally looking to twist Beecroft. What do you think Lucy should be doing, game plan wise, to get back into this, get a game on the board?
Well, we talked about that quality of length, and that has got to really shine through in Lucy's game if she wants to find a way back into this. As we see there, just another loose ball, and Chan's going to take full advantage of that. So obviously a good quality length paired with that excellent short game is going to be crucial, and she can't afford to put a foot wrong. And then you also see a couple of unforced errors from Chan in a position you wouldn't expect her to make
Yeah.
an error. So
Also, like, potentially try and elongate the rallies means more length hitting in general, which that's
that's
nice
clever.
little angle.
That's clever, and she knows it's going to take something different to dismantle Chan, and that was a very smart way of doing it.
I think the down the middle shot's a shot you would do. You have a lot of flair in your game.
I would. I don't know if it. I don't know what I'm going to do when I hit the ball, to be honest. So the down the
You
middle.
don't know, your opponent probably doesn't.
Yeah, I really like that down the middle shot. I can't actually execute it to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I'm same. I get a stroke most of the time. I try it.
Yeah. I'd much rather prefer a hold and really get that cross court going wide. But Shibagi, I just remember a few clips of him playing it exceptionally well, and it's crucial to not give away that stroke and then also find that weight of shot into the back down the middle. I mean, you want that second bounce landing in the nick at the back.
Otherwise, you're just stuck.
Otherwise, you are stuck, and your opponent will have an opening on the court.
Yeah, Beecroft's just getting completely pinned in the back, length landing short, and doing a lot of work right now.
She is, and you wonder if she's feeling the effects from yesterday's 5-setter.
As we were just mentioning Shorebaggy, I have to say one shot I really want to be able to do that he does so well is that kind of half boast. It's like I don't know what the official term of it is, but it's like looks like it's going to be a drop, really short angle.
Is it from the back of the court?
From the back of the court.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, it almost comes out into the middle but stays really short, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's so fast.
Yeah. And he can play through it as quickly as he wants because he knows there's going to be a lot of cut on it that keeps that ball going short. And it looks like a straight drive.
Yeah. Tough angle to get with quality.
Indeed.
One day.
One day. Maybe we go and practice after this match.
All I need is hands now. Forget about running.
Well, what a shot. And that is hands.
That is hands.
And Beecroft just closed this gap ever so slightly. And we'll look to keep this momentum building in the back end of this second game.
Ambitious.
Yeah, it's just another unforced error. Right about the time. And just allows Chan that breathing room.
Just such good squash there. Very methodical.
It is good squash, isn't it? And we've spoken about it all tournament from Chan. And
Oh, wow.
wow.
That's one thing Lucy is so good at, is when the ball is short and staying short, she's very good at adjusting and making use of it. So it's almost better for Chan to try and hit out.
Yeah, it's the ability to attack and attack again. And here we go. You feel like Lucy Beecroft will have to win this game.
Yeah.
Stand any chance in this match.
I mean, you hate to say it because you can always have comebacks in the fifth, but I think when you're such a shot maker and a confidence player, getting that game on the board and getting proof that you're doing the right thing,
it just relaxes you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, here we go. Chan has 2 game rules to close out this second game.
Oh.
Wow. Well, it was an incredible retrieval from Beecroft, but it was Chan who had the whole of the court open, and she takes that game 11-8 and leads this battle 2 games to love. Well, here we go then.
That's a nice
Lucy
start.
Beecroft with a quick answer to this 2-game deficit. And she'll be wanting to get off to a quick start here.
That's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it.
Probably frustrating for her because it's not like she's been far off or necessarily doing the wrong things. It's been a matter of the quality of her length and the quality of Chan's length, because Chan's has just been that much better at the times it matters. But they both can hit great shots. They can also both make errors.
Yeah, it's very fine margins, isn't it? And that, as we see there, is maybe a winner that was an error in the previous game.
At this point, nothing to lose, right?
Not at all.
Arm can let go.
She'll relax that arm and give it everything.
Just that subtle hold that Chan has too.
Yeah, it is. It's not talked about. Is it? Well, I haven't talked about it, but it's very deceptive. And just making your opponent almost squat that split second longer on the tee.
2-3.
And even though Beecroft's got off to that very quick lead, Chan's straight back in it.
Oh, another error out of a good position. It's funny because she hit a perfect lob out of a very tough position, and then the easy one is the hard one for her.
Yeah, there are as good as a short game is, there are unforced errors scattered. It's like we see there again. Beecroft's extended that lead. And he's 5-2.
Tough movements there.
And that's the hold you just spoke about, Danielle. Just bringing Lucy in, thinking she was going to play that straight drop and then quickly whipping that trickle boast in. Wow, that's a great shot, just leaving it extremely short and wide, giving Chan no time.
That front right corner is starting to pay off for Beecroft because we do see Chan, unlike the movement in the rest of the court, she sometimes does end up going 2 feet into that corner and getting stuck. So if Lucy can hit a good shot, get ready for her to get it. She's still retrieving the balls, but get ready for the next one. I think that could be a good area of the court. We've seen the errors coming in on that forehand side from Chan.
Yeah, that's great analysis. Well, as Lucy goes off to change her racket. Both of these players are very fair, and we've seen fair squash throughout tonight's matches, which is almost in contrast compared to yesterday. I mean, it's not that it wasn't unfair yesterday, but there was a lot of conduct warnings being given out by the referees. I'm not sure if you noticed that.
Noticed a couple.
Yeah. You just feel like the players are really stuck at the moment on whether to ask or not to ask, and when to speak to the referees. And the referees have made it clear that they are not going to take any anger or stipulation from the players.
And there haven't been too many calls in any of the matches tonight either way.
And I think that's because the refs have nailed down what they're going to stand for this tournament, and it's been very fair game all of tonight.
Yeah. Well, we'll still have one more after this, so.
Well, there's always time.
Yeah, there is always time. No, it's been really nice to watch tonight. Good matches, good squash. Oh no!
Oh, you feel like she has to be putting that away. As Chan's always in Lucy's shadow in this game.
That cross
Like
court
that.
drop. Just so good at it.
Yeah, it's the ability to come in very quick and slow her movement with the brilliant touch. Just like that drop shot there. Well, here we go. Beecroft's arm has loosened up, and she has 4 game balls in this third game.
Smart play.
Well, there we have it. Beecroft takes that third game, and there's a big roar from the crowd. I know she has a lot of supporters in this area, and there we have it. The number 3 seed, Beecroft, is straight back into this game. But it's Chan who leads 2-1.
They will resume in 60 seconds.
Well, Chan does lead 2-1, and this has been a common theme for the girl from Hong Kong, losing the third game in the past three matches she's played.
Yeah.
Against Marina Stefanoni, where she came through 3-1. Bushma, where she came through 3-1 after losing that third, and here we are.
The only thing that's concerning for Chan is the amount of errors that are starting to come off. And we talked about that fatigue, and you wonder at what point it starts to set in, and she is being moved. So it's, I think, in contrast to the match with both Marina and Alina, where they're a bit more traditional in the way that they play, Lucy is moving her.
Yeah, and the heat map is definitely showing that Chan is doing a lot more work than she would necessarily want to do.
And there's that nice
paired with that.
I mean, a great cross, assisted by the nick.
Yeah, that nick in the back left corner is paying dividends.
I hear you have a tally.
I do have a tally, and I said at the start of the week if it would be above 100, and it hasn't quite reached that, but it's definitely past 50 by now.
Pretty good.
Yeah, hats off to the players. Oh, it's a great drop, just lengthening the court by Beecroft.
Yeah.
And just that
She's
guess.
just guessing, yeah.
I don't think she needs to in this. She's backing in this match, and maybe she might be a bit fatigued now. And
to be fair, though, even if she is going to guess, out of that position, most of the time, Chan has either done the trickle boast or the cross. And so if she's guessing, she doesn't have to go that far over.
yeah, maybe guess cross court on one of them.
Yeah. But again, just forcing it. Maybe she got, you get that hope. And
Yeah.
then obviously Chan's responding well, but
Yeah, it's just an array of unforced errors. And a slight reset from the English woman. Oh, you said it, Danielle, didn't you? These errors creeping in from Chan, just can't afford to
now we
find
went
that
to see
tin
her at the
anymore.
start. Yeah.
Do you think there is a bit of fatigue and mental tiredness from Chan, or do you think it's the constant pressure of Lucy in her shot making?
I think it's a combo. But yeah, I think it's a combination. But there's been some where it's been unforced, so then I do think it's fatigue. I think on that last one when she went for the volley drop, it was a forced shot. Like it was, Lucy hit a really nice length. It was tight. Whereas the other ones were a bit more uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it helps for Lucy. She has coach here, Josh Taylor, and who's the head pro at this club. She has some family support or extended family support here, which, I mean, at this point in the match, can go a long way.
Yeah, no, it would definitely help. The home crowd advantage you see in many sports can definitely favour.
And she lived here for a few years too.
Yeah, and maybe some people would think that it was Lucy Beecroft that put the B in B squash, but it surprisingly wasn't.
Surprisingly not. I think she had a few comments about it, actually.
Yeah, her nickname is B, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I think she thought Josh stole it from her a bit. But
well,
those two can bicker about it in their private time.
Well, I asked her at the start of the tournament if she was a conspiracy theorist. Maybe we need to ask her about that at some point. If she believes there's a conspiracy that Josh Taylor took the B squash from Beecroft.
Oh, we should. And even if she denies it, let's just start it anyways. No, it's great to see the club here. Josh has put a lot of thought into the programming and everything that he does here. It's been a really nice addition.
Yeah, it's been a great
to DC.
event.
It's been a great event, but also in general, DC squash has really benefited from his move here.
Yeah, it's a really good place to come for squash right now. I mean, the juniors are flying through the ranks. And just the amount. Oh, wow, that's a great shot. And just extending her lead, Chan, to 8-6. And this has been routine for her. Finding a way to win.
Starting to pressure that forehand side. They say that they hit a million backhands, but
yeah, no, but you do feel like she's being rewarded on that forehand side of Beecroft. But just an incredible line hit by Chan there. Nothing Lucy Beecroft can do. And here we are, Simi Chan with 4 match balls in this semi-final contest to take out yet again another seed in this tournament.
Wow. Well, what an incredible match by both players, but Chen just staying composed as always, continuing on her complete tear, hasn't dropped a match in, this is her 4th tournament so far, reaching the finals of the St. James Expression Open, where she'll take on Sabrina Sobhy. But there's the score, 37 minutes of play, 11-9, 11-8, 6-11, 11-6.
Well, in this tournament so far, you seem to have dropped the 3rd game in every match. Is that just a rest game for you, or tell me about it? I'm interested.
No, I didn't drop the third game in the first round.
Sorry, in the last 3 matches. I'll change it.
It's not a rest game, but there is lots of focuses. I'll try and do better tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much. I asked you what you were going to have for dinner last night. What did you have?
I didn't really have dinner. I had a high five recovery drink and a Bear Bell protein bar, and then I wasn't hungry at all. I just went to bed trying to sleep, but I couldn't.
Well, there we go. If you want to be on an unbeaten run like Simi Chan is, that is what you have to do. So, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the final tomorrow. Congratulations. Well, welcome back, everyone. For once in our lives, the schedule is running on time, so we will get the players onto court. Firstly, from India, via Chotrani. And your number 3 seed, Timmy Brownell.
Welcome back to the St. James Expression Open 2025. Semi-finals night continues, and it's the final match of this evening's session. It's Timothy Brownell, the number 3 seed, up against Veer Chotrani of India, the number 5 seed. Timothy Brownell, number 3 seed here, 32 in the world currently, highest world ranking 29, 51% win rate, and 4 PSA titles to his name. Most recently, the Charlottesville Open, which actually was a tournament where he beat Veer Chotrani 3-1. So the head-to-head in favor of the man from the United States. His opponent, Veer Chotrani, took out the number 2 seed last night, Ahmed El Shabini of Egypt. He's currently world ranked 51, but he has been as high as 49 in the world. Turned pro back in 2016, but has a phenomenal win rate of 72.3% throughout his 101 matches. 8 PSA titles, including one back in Mumbai, 15K. He's had some phenomenal performances already in this tournament, and he will look to go one further, no doubt, against Timothy Brownell. I'm Stephen Hurst, and joining me in the commentary box is tournament promoter and all-round squash man, Josh Taylor.
Good to be back, continuing the late night shift with you here, Steve. Last night we were here watching Timmy edge across the line against Shah Jahan Khan in the last match of the day. And here he is again, the marathon man himself. Really looking forward to this match.
What stands out for you in this one? Is there anywhere where Veer Chotrani has to be on form in particular, or has to improve on from yesterday's match?
I'm more intrigued to see actually on the side of Timmy, Steve, just to see how he's able to back up, if he's able to back up the 2 5-setters that he's had so far in this event. Really impressed with Veer throughout the tournament. He looks like the man in form out of the 2, and could potentially, I think, be an upset at seeding. And as you saw in the head-to-heads, currently Timmy is 1-0 against Veer. So I know pre going on earlier on this afternoon, he was saying to me that Veer was saying there's a big opportunity that has opened up in the draw, he feels, and he wants to make full use of it. So I think we'll see a very upbeat and buzzing Veer Chotrani.
Certainly so, and you're right, the draw in both the men's and the women's has been very opened up. I mean, one thing I would like to talk about, though, is Timothy Brownell last night. He mentioned it in his post-match interview. He wasn't happy with the way he played and sort of presented himself. He was getting very frustrated from the beginning of the point. He played very well towards the end, but there was frustration from the beginning, wasn't there?
Yeah, he looked quite, I think fidgety was the word I used last night in his demeanour and the way he went about his business yesterday. And he hasn't looked settled so far this event. Not producing his best squash and kind of not quite settled in the court. So be interested to see if we have a change of mindset from Timmy here for this match. He's certainly going to have to, I think, in order to get across the line. Veer was looking in superb form across the event so far. So
certainly has, and Brownell will be well aware of the danger that his opponent possesses.
But my contrary to it, Steve, is just I do feel like you can, as long as you're able to have the confidence in your physicality, which is an area that Timmy's worked very hard on over a number of years now, but to maximise, he's not necessarily the most gifted on the physical end, very skillful squash player, but he certainly looked to maximise that and build his confidence in that skill set to be able to back up matches like he has had the last couple of days. And sometimes those battles can harden you enough to come out with a top level performance when it really, really counts.
Certainly does, and I'm sure Chotrani will have watched yesterday's match back just to get a glimpse into what you can expect. But at the minute, the tactic from Chotrani does seem like he wants to control that tee, and to hunt it, but he's forcing Brownell there to play a fantastic shot from the back.
I think a bit of an interesting one here for Vera is that he can look to up the intensity. Obviously, coming through a match against our defending champion from Egypt earlier on in the event. It was a match where he had to look to use his lift and control the pace rather than try and use intensity. And I think we might see a very different tactic here against Timmy.
Came up onto the front wall there, but it was slightly bizarre position. I think a real area for Chotrani will against Brownell is that forehand kill. I think he really wants to bring Brownell lunging into those corners. Good work there from Brownell. Certainly the accuracy of his width hitting will be at the forefront of Brownell, particularly after yesterday's match. That was arguably the result of the cause of the interferences throughout the match, wasn't it? Just not getting it quite tight enough to the sidewall.
Yeah, he was leaving balls around the middle of the court a bit yesterday, and that was really costly to him. I think where his frustration was coming from as well. Stuff like that, Steve, where just not quite finding the back corners well enough.
This is good here from Brownell. Keeping Chotrani right behind him, and that's a great winner. Definitely feel like both these players will be happy to use every inch of the court. It's not going to be any one-dimensional play from both either.
No, both very highly skillful. Players that like to move the ball around, utilizing all the four corners.
First on force there for Chotrani. And that was a loose ball there from Brownell, wasn't it, Josh?
Yeah, they're kind of balls that keep occurring Timmy in his performances over the last couple of days.
Oh, down the middle. Interesting choice of serve from Brownell.
6-4.
All the signs of either nerves or just a little bit of overexcitement on the attacking side of things for Chotrani so far.
Yeah, I think it's the intensity. He's trying to obviously get some intensity into the game, Steve, and I just feel like he hasn't quite hit the quality of weight of shot, both to the back and the front of the court, like just as he had found previously in his last few performances.
Well read again from Brownell. Pressures again on him for Chotrani.
A lot of angles there, Steve.
Certainly nothing down the straight sides.
Tell you what, there's a straight drive.
Nice lift from both, actually.
Trying to actually use every bit of this front wall here, as well as the side walls, Steve.
Important point here.
Just trying to
this
see
is brutal.
how many balls they can fit on that front wall here, Steve. All of it being used.
Well, this is tough work. Oh, what a shot there from Chotrani. And there's a look back to the coaching corner, the support team. He knows how important that was. That was the difference between 7-4. I'm really finding himself back in this game now. There's that accuracy. Just holding Brownell behind him. There's a fantastic delay to his shot, Chotrani. Just gives him a huge amount of options. Pressure on Chotrani. Another important rally there for Chotrani. He was under a lot of pressure. Manages to flip that. Really has been point for point from the beginning of this match. It really has been the crucial errors, hasn't it, Josh?
8-7.
From Chotrani.
Yeah, he's just not quite settled to the same level of shot making as he had in the previous rounds just yet. But I feel like it will start to come as we go through this match.
Just like that.
Some of the nerves, the edginess, feeling of an opportunity starts to settle a little bit, and he just starts to grasp a hold of the match.
There's an appeal from Chotrani. Brownell, he's not happy with that, but Chotrani fired his hand up very quickly, thinking that that ball was double. Referee choosing the most fair outcome. Good to have support from both sides. Got cheers for both players, right, Josh, down those corners?
Yeah, it seems to be a good presence. We've got obviously American audience, and also good presence of Brownell grads here supporting there. Mark Burt, the assistant coach at Cornell here, is there to support along with Danielle Ray and Abir Ray, who we can hear quite clearly supporting in Veer's corner.
Pressure now on Brownell. It's a fantastic finish there from Chotrani. Pounced on that drop shot. Sets it up onto the front wall beautifully. 2 game balls now for Chotrani. And again, a wonderful finish from Chotrani. Important game indeed. The number 5 seed of India. He's taken the opener against the number 3 seed of this event. 13 minutes of play. But it's Veer Chotrani, the number 5 seed, taking the first game. He leads 1 game to love.
Remaining 60 seconds. Remaining 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Okay. Chinese, 1 game to love. No ball.
Important first game there for Veer Chotrani. It was nip and tuck, but it always felt like Chotrani was just keeping that little bit more pressure on his opponent.
Yeah, I just felt like he could add the propensity to settle Steve in the game, and he didn't quite until the latter stages, but when he did, he got a handle on it all. We've got Timmy just trying to produce consistent enough work here in order to continue to trouble Veer.
Yeah, when he's firing shots in like that, Brownell's width and length has to be of supreme class.
Just lovely fading length there from Veer, just building the pressure that opened up eventually into a stroke for the Indian. Looking to build some strong momentum here. Bit of a dangerous time, I feel, for Timmy. I feel like this is a point he doesn't want to let Veer get too much of a lead and away in this second game. He's a confidence player, Veer, so someone to keep a close eye on. If he can get a bit of a run-up of steam, he can be quite hard to pen back in a match like this.
Yeah, certainly not entirely positive in terms of body language there from Brownell. Still looks a little bit frustrated with himself. But it's largely due to the pressure that Chotrani is putting on him. I like what he's doing. The Indian number 5 seed. He's really just trying to hunt every single volley, trying to step up on the tee. Those unforced errors, they are crucial. Finding that back wall, Nick, as we've seen so many times in this event so far. That's a strong shot there, one that everyone's quite familiar with, particularly on that left hand, using that left hand swing. Straight punch down the backside. We're going to see an equaliser here from Brownell, or is Chotrani going to keep the momentum of the first game up?
It feels to me like it's going to be Veer that's going to keep momentum, Steve, but I don't want to rule anything out. The marathon man of the last couple of days, in the form of Timothy Brownell, has shown doggedness about him this week. That even when he's not been quite firing as he'd like, he's been able to find enough substance to get into matches and get results. He's also no stranger to winning this kind of tier of event, having just recently won at Charlottesville, just down the road, which was the same tier, copper level, at the beautiful Boar's Head Resort.
Good attacks there from Brownell. This is a much better spell here from Brownell. A bit sharper, a bit tighter.
It's actually some of the best spell I think we've seen of Timmy this last few days, really.
Yeah, it's clever, and it looks like he's seeing the angles a bit better now.
Very positive body language there as well. Looking back at his corner, nodding.
We've seen it multiple times already now. Brownell anticipating the shot from Chotrani, cutting it off before it gets to the back. Brownell not happy with the fact that that serve was a bit of a tease there for Chotrani to fire that one in. That was nice from Chotrani because he sensed that he was getting cut off. So he exaggerated that width, sending it way longer. It's a wicked kill from Chotrani, and he's on the move. Momentum with the Indian player.
Just feeling like he's going to build up a bit of steam again here.
Yeah, it's tight work again from Chotrani, and he's on a roll at the moment on the scoreboard. Oh, that's a clever shot.
Very clever angle there.
No way to read that.
No, not to be expected that. It's been a big shift here, Steve.
It was 8-3 on the scoreboard, and Chotrani is still on the move. That's a stunning shot. Look,
it's great.
Look at the fist bump as well. He looks back at his corner. He is seriously positive, isn't he?
I just feel like he got a little bit of steam, and it's taken the wind out of Timmy's sails here. He was looking very good for a period. Outrageous shot there from the back, Steve.
Well, he's nicked this away from Brownell. It was all about the American player, and suddenly it's 2-game balls now to Chotrani. I mean, I feel like Brownell will feel slightly stunned at the fact that this game has been flipped on its head. It's Chotrani now with a 2-love lead, commanding position in the semi-final. 24 minutes on the clock. Another 11-8 game as Veer Chotrani verges ever closer to leveling that head-to-head. What are we going to see here then, Josh? Is there going to be a response here from Brownell?
I think not, Steve.
Well, straight to the point.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see a really cracking match, but I just feel like Beer is the very confident one. Timmy is the player that's had quite a bit in his legs the last few days. and the wheels came off the cart a little bit. He had a very positive start to the last game to me, and there was a strong response from Veer, and that momentum I think will be critical to the course of the match.
Yeah, and it feels like, particularly in the last match last night, Brownell seems to be battling with himself to try and get that width. He's always looking to try and improve that accuracy, but he's not having any luck. And when you've got someone like Chotrani, any loose ball you give him, he's going to put it away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a stellar performance here for Chotrani.
The other thing, Steve, as we said earlier on, is he's such a confidence player there. Give him a little bit of a run-up of steam like he's got now, and he's a real menace to get off.
It's too good here.
His movement and presence around the middle of the court has been very strong here in this match. It's a different style of performance to what we witnessed earlier on. As I mentioned earlier, this has been one with more energy in it in terms of the hitting, more intensity and the ball off the strings, and Veer opening up his opportunities that way.
Yeah, he's buzzing around. He's just moving with authority. And he's anticipating as well. When he plays a ball to the back, he's already moving up on that tee, ready, trying to anticipate where Brownell's going to put it in. This is better work now from Brownell, though. And again, I mean, this is probably the third or fourth time that Brownell has read that cross-court straight drive from the front corner. Thoughts on that one, Josh?
Confused, Steve.
Confused. Think that was a good call, or do you think there was room for an explanation?
I feel like more explanation was required. Both players just carrying on though. No argument or discussion.
(6-2) now. Chotrani has no signs of slowing up. Superb exchange in the front corners. That's fantastic squash from Chotrani, covering every area so fast. Found himself now with 5 clear points on the board. It's a big gap now, isn't it?
I did predict this, didn't I, Steve? Just, I've tried to make a few predictions across the course of the days. I've only done a few matches with you, but with the no replayability to check back on my words, I've saved a couple, but this one I did put a bit of a marker in very early that this might have been one-way traffic, and we have seen that with the 7-3 lead to Chotrani. This, to me, feels like the last opportunity for Timmy if he is going to flip it. We did see a similar size margin overturned by Chotrani in the last game, but big difference here is that we're 2-0 on the scoreboard in terms of games. It's a huge uphill struggle of a mental capacity for Brownell here.
Snatching of that one there from Chotrani.
Yeah, it's a poor error from the racket of Veer that he'll be wanting to do better than that. Doesn't want to give any sniff to our marathon man to let him back into the game.
That's more like it. That's what's got him to this position in this match. He's being very authoritative, picking the attacks on with ease. And what an error to make to give Chotrani, the number 5 seed, 6 match balls to book his spot into the final. Oh, it's a shot and a half. The hands go up for Chotrani as he's claimed a fantastic win over the number 3 seed in the United States. Sublime performance from the Indian to take this match 3 games to love in 32 minutes. Let's find out what he has to say with Lewis Anderson on court.
Chotrani. Well, what a performance that was from Veer. He was down in the second, 8 points to 3, and from then he just looked like he was on a rampage. What was the difference?
I don't know. I think I just lost my length, and whenever you play guys like Timmy and anyone of his ranking bracket, if you leave anything short, you're gonna get punished. So I'm just proud that I didn't give up the game. I kept fighting, and I found my length, and I found my front court. Yeah, and then I think that gave me a lot of confidence for the third, and yeah, I'm just over the moon.
Yeah, well, no, it's very impressive to see such an attacking style. You're being compared to Rami Ashore everywhere, and I know you don't like it, but I think everyone will agree some of those shots were as good, if not better. So, if you don't want to be compared to Rami Ashore, who would you like to be compared to instead?
I just want to be myself, and I want to, this is my style. I like to play this kind of game, and I just want to keep working on that. And so Rami is Rami. No one can be like him. He's my idol. I accept that, and I try to follow him, but no one can be like him. But I'm just happy and, yeah, excited for tomorrow.
Well, your style is working, so congratulations, and we'll see you in the final tomorrow, mate.
Superb performance there from Veer Chotrani as he's booked his spot into the final of the St. James Expression Open 2025. So Josh, semi-finals days are over. I'm going to ask you for your highlight of today.
It was one of those kind of semi-finals days that I think Steve sets up for a cracking finals day. I think that would be fair to say, where probably the match that was the closest was the Simi Chan versus Lucy Beecroft match, which could have had a bit more in it, going 3-1, some close game scores as well. The others were fairly one-way traffic, 3-love apiece in all of them. Normally when I see a semi-finals day like that, I know that we're in store for a top-class final with the players coming through in great form, positive momentum, and obviously not going too deep into the legs. So I'm personally looking forward to what I think will be a spectacular finals day here at the St. James.
Well, Lionel Cardenas, the number 1 seed, looking in fine form again, not dropping a game. And then similarly, Sabrina Sobhy hasn't dropped a game either in this match, in this tournament, I should say. What sort of impact does that have on a player's mentality, knowing that you're essentially not being taken apart by any of the players in the draw yet?
Yeah, I think the women's is particularly interesting to me in terms of a matchup. We've got Sabrina Sobhy coming back from injury. She's on a bit of a nice momentum shift with that comeback. And she's coming up against a Simi Chan, who has won the last 2 events. I believe she's now on a close to 15-game winning streak, which is quite a tally. So she'll be looking to add one more to that collection that she's been building over the last few weeks. on the men's side, Lionel Cardenas was always going to be a very, very strong 1 seed for a copper level event. And as you rightly point out, I think we've just seen and witnessed the quality that Chotrani possesses. And I think we're going to be in store for a real close men's final, actually, despite the gap in rankings between the two of them.
Well, you set me up a question for the next one. What are the predictions and what are the score results going to be for tomorrow?
It's always me that has
It's
to do
always
the predictions,
you. It's
Steve.
always you.
I think it's going to be Sabrina Sobhy in 5. I think that one will be an absolute humdinger. And I'm going to go with Cardenas, but I don't think it's going to be plain sailing for the Mexican. I'm going to go 3-1.
Well, you heard it here first from Josh Taylor on his predictions. If you want to find out the results of those predictions and the result of the match, get tuned in for tomorrow's finals of the St. James Expression Open 2025. Please make sure to sign into your broadcast and catch the action. See you later.